This video is kindly sponsored by Thrive Market. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I'm back today, and I'm so excited for this video for what I'm going to show you because I'm doing something that I have not done with my ostomy in years, in so many years. I got my stoma back in 2009 and I started off on Convatec, then I moved to Hollister a few years later, then I moved to Coloplast, then I moved back to Hollister, and then back to Convatec. Throughout those years, though, I sporadically would use different brands like Salts or Symed, or I'm trying to think what else. New Hope, I think I even tried. I've tried pretty much every brand of ostomy bags, but throughout those years, there is one thing that I often stuck with, and that was using non-drainable bags. If you haven't followed along with my journey, you might be sitting there going, Maggie, if you have an ileostomy, how the heck do you deal with that? Because we always think of non-drainable bags as non-drainable. Well, I kind of made my own way of draining them. I didn't just throw out my ostomy bag every time I needed to change it. I would remove the pouch from the flange, empty it through the ring. It would be helpful if I showed you. Emptied it through the ring by just flipping the ostomy bag upside down and emptying it that way. And then I would reattach it. And I have done that with Hollister, Convatec, and Coloplast. Well, it's time for a change. It's time for a change. I am moving to not just a one-piece bag, but a one-piece drainable bag. I've actually used this bag in the past. I had a sponsorship with Convatec where I showed you me going to the beach in it. So I am going to be wearing the Convatec Esteem body bag. Now, I've actually been wearing it. That's what I have on today. It's been on for 5 days. This is the first round of wearing it. And I didn't expect it, but I feel like I got at least a preliminary routine down. So I figured I would share this routine with you, show you how it goes, show you what I do. And I'll tell you what, I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to compare also to my old system, which is also Convatec. But yeah, before we get into it, let's thank today's sponsor, which is Thrive Market. Now that Zach is back to work and summer is coming to a close, we are finally starting to get into a routine as a family of 3, or should I really say a family of 7 with all the dogs. This means that unfortunately there is less time to focus on the healthy eating, the healthy snacks, or the healthy meals, and that is why I'm so excited about Thrive Market and how I've implemented them into my life, so that way those quick meals and those quick snacks I don't feel as guilty about. Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store that offers premium household goods, pantry items, and groceries without that premium price tag. They restrict 1,000 questionable ingredients, so when I get snacks like these chomps or even these pretzel nuggets or mac and cheese, I do not have to feel as guilty about eating them. I really feel better about what I'm choosing to eat. And with your membership, if you don't make back your membership fee in savings, they will actually credit the difference back to your account. It's simple to search through their website, and you can filter by over 90 different diets and values. This means that you don't have to spend time or extra expense at the grocery store searching for these items. Your order arrives right to your doorstep, and I have to say, every time I order from them, everything is so well packed, as you can see, and arrives in one piece. See? They are having a sale September 14th to the 20th where you can stack up on better for you staples, which can help you get on track with your routine, whatever that may look like for you. You can join Thrive Market today by going to thrivemarket.com/LetsTalkIBD. That'll get you 30% off of your first order as well as a free gift. Plus, shop 25% off of top items before the end of the sale on the 20th. Thank you so much to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video and providing really good and healthy snacks, meals, basically everything my house needs right now. Thank you so much to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video and for being a longtime supporter on my channel now. I absolutely love them. Okay, so can we get into what a major change this is? Because it's not just how I change my ostomy bag, it's totally different how I empty it now. So let me show you my old system. This is the, let me say it correctly, the Convatec Natura Dur-Adhesive Bag, and the reference number for the flange is 413418. And because I don't have the reference number in front of me, unless this is it. Oh, wait. Here we go. It is on the bag. 416406. This is a non-drainable bag. It is a two-piece, of course, because this ring here actually clicks into the ring on the flange. And I have found that it just is not fitting my new mommy lifestyle. There are some things that just don't seem to work as well as they did before. And so I have been thinking about this for a while, how I wanted to make a change just to fit my needs a little bit better. I think there are pros and cons to both this system as well as my new one. Where's my new bag? I've got a whole bunch of stuff here on a table. Here we go. I think that there are pros and cons to both of these, so I thought I would talk about them. Why I'm switching away from this two-piece non-drainable bag system that I would drain. I do want to mention that the sun and the clouds are doing some funky things, so the lighting might be a little wonky in this video. Okay, so the first problem that I have been having is this is a fabric bordered flange, and this summer has been super humid. I know we're going into cooler months soon, but I have noticed that this fabric border here has really led to some problems with skin irritation. I think I've been getting a little bit of a fungal infection due to this fabric border. I don't believe they make a flange. I may be wrong about this, but I don't believe they make a flange just without this. I would love if they just had like the hydrocolloid edge and that be that, and I can kind of adjust how I want to if I want to add extra tape or flange extenders, but right now what I'm doing is I am cutting off this fabric border and then adding flange extenders on top of it. That just adds to the time of my bag change. It's kind of frustrating. When it comes to these bags, now I have mentioned this before and I know it's kind of funky. These have filters on them. They do not make this exact bag without the filter. They have ones that don't have the fabric on it that don't have a filter. They have drainable bags that don't have the filter. But this particular one, I like the fabric. I like the size of the bag. They don't make it without the dang filter. And with ileostomies, I've had so many issues with the filter leaking. And the way that it's designed, it has a piece of plastic internally that I have to cut out. And then I have to glue inside of the bag with a glue gun. Glue inside of the bag and the front filter. You'll see, I'll show you up close here, that you'll see a little bit of glue. And I know people are like, oh my gosh, does that affect your stoma? It really doesn't. You know, I'm not worried about that. It's such a small amount of glue and it doesn't come in contact with my stoma, so I'm not worried. But that's what I've had to do. And that is time consuming. It's really irritating. So I don't love that. The other issue I'm having is that my stoma is just still kind of on a constant flow. Especially in the morning, my output is a lot looser and it makes it really hard to remove this bag completely to empty, because removing the bag means I've got nothing covering my stoma and it just drains and drains. I have had so many mornings where my pants are ruined. Even if I put a piece of toilet paper over, it's just watery output. So my clothes are ruined. I have to clean up the floor. I have to clean up the area, sanitize. Like, that makes me feel gross. That makes me feel gross. So I don't love that. And yeah, these are the reasons why I'm switching to the one-piece drainable, because let me show you this guy now. So this is a little bit different. It has convexity, which means it pushes into my stomach a little bit, but it is so minor that, you know, I don't see an issue and I don't even feel an issue with there being too much pressure. In fact, I feel like it's maybe helping to prevent leaks. So that's been fantastic. This one's also a cut to fit, whereas this one is a moldable. I do like the moldable. I do really like the moldable because you don't have to cut it to fit, first of all, but if your stoma kind of changes size, you don't have to worry about it. This will just turtleneck around it. I'm hoping that they come out with this bag with the moldable. I think that would be a really cool idea. I would also love if they came out with a two-piece version of this bag, because, you know, in a heartbeat, I would switch to it, but they don't, not currently. The other thing is, you may notice there's no fabric border. It's just the hydrocolloid, and I really like that. Sometimes when I shower or bathe, if I'm submerged in water a little too long, the edges can get a little jelly, but honestly, not too bad, not too bad. Let me get closer to the camera for you so you can see that. This is 5 days of wear, which means 5 showers. And honestly, this is the least jelly the part that sticks to me has gotten with any brand. So that's pretty dang cool. What else can I tell you? Oh, of course it's drainable. The reason I liked the non-drainable bags is because I felt like, there were actually a few reasons I did this. I had a lot of trouble cleaning the end of a pouch. Once I'd empty it out, just based on my output consistency, once I'd empty it out, it would get gunky. And no matter how much I would clean this out with toilet paper, baby wipes, water, I feel like fluid would leak and it would then stain the bottom of the bag. I've had that issue with a number of bags. I remember salts I had that issue with. That was frustrating. I had that issue with Coloplast. This one so far, so good. This bag is 5 days old. It definitely looks, I think, a bit rougher. It's still a little damp too from my shower, but it's definitely rougher looking. But I haven't had any leaking on the bottom, so that's beneficial. The other issue is, you may notice, did I not zip up my fly? Oh, for a second there, I thought I didn't zip up my fly. That would have been fun. Where was I going with this? Oh, you might be able to tell I'm short. I'm only 5 feet tall. And this bag is a little bit longer than this one. Actually, maybe not too much. This end hits at a funny spot for me. It is right where my leg bends. Most drainable ostomy bags do that, and it is irritating. This one is a little irritating to me, so I'm having to fold it up or untuck it. Okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal, right? I loved that the non-drainable bag, it's just so smooth at the end. It feels nice. It feels like nothing is there. This one I can tell it's there. But that being said, this is one of the flattest laying closure ends that I've had. I've had people recommend clips. If you've watched my channel for a while, I do not use clips. The first time I stayed over with Zach, my bag came unclipped in my sleep all over his bed. So we don't use clips anymore over here. I don't trust them. That's why if I'm going to use a drainable, it's going to be Velcro. It's the only way I'll do it. So yeah, those are kind of the reasons why. And I also felt like just cleaning out the ring where I would empty it was a little bit easier too, compared to the drainable end of these. But I feel like I've found a method for draining too. So we'll talk about that. But let's get into the actual change. Honestly, my change is not that different other than the fact that this is a drainable. I'm looking for a pair of scissors because, of course, we're going to need that to cut to fit. My stoma, I actually feel like is smaller now post-pregnancy than it was before pregnancy. You know, it grew a ton in pregnancy, but it shrunk down, and I think it's a little more prolapsed now. Okay, so I'm cutting just before the inch line. I used to cut to an inch. That was about the diameter of my stoma. It seems to be a little bit smaller than that. And this is pretty easy to cut. Let me show you. That looks good. It feels pretty easy to cut. So I'm going to remove the backing here. I like to get everything prepared ahead of time because, you know, I don't want any delays in getting a bag on. I'm using the 𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙗 seal. This is the same one that I used with my 2-piece non-drainable system. I do like to use the Ostoform seal right now because I feel like my stoma has been on and off a little bit prolapsed. It's kind of acting as its own spout, so that's why I'm sticking with the 𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙗 for now. But if it shortens up again, I'm going to play around with that Ostoform seal. So I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to carefully just spread this. I like to just touch the edges here so I don't get too many fingerprints, making it not as sticky. I don't know if it does anything. Who knows? I'm going to carefully place this on as best as I can, getting the holes matched up. Totally didn't do it very well. Okay, how does that look? Does that look pretty good? I think so. So this is ready to go. I was worried that the 𝙗𝙗𝙧 on top of the convexity would maybe put a little too much pressure, but this 𝙗𝙗𝙧, if you compare it to things like the 𝙗𝙪𝙨 one, that one is a lot more rigid. Doesn't seem to melt down as much as this one. So honestly, this flattens out pretty well. I'm going to put my hair up just because it's a little easier to do a bag change without this monstrosity getting in the way. Okay, so I think actually everything else is pretty much the same, just the emptying is what I've changed up so far. So I'm going to protect my shorts as best as possible. Gonna grab a fab little bag here. I love these guys. I always get questions when I use them. They are sealable bags that keep odor from escaping. If I use the bags that come in a lot of different ostomy products, they don't seem to conceal odor as long as these guys. And I actually am keeping a bunch on hand for Nova for her diapers. Like if we're out of the house, this is a great way to store a diaper. Okay, then I've got my adhesive remover. This is the Ascenta Convatec one. And I'm just going to gently remove this. Oh, it did leak a little bit. Okay. It did. Yeah, my ring just totally broke down. What is my stoma doing? It looks like it's smashed here. Let me clean up my skin. I did get a leak up towards the top. So, but after 5 days, that's not awful. The fact that it maintained its look pretty well, like aesthetically, that's another reason I wanted to change, is I feel like my other bags just didn't look as nice after a day or so. This held up its look really well. And I do feel like I need to mention this. This may be TMI for some people, maybe not. My 2-piece system before that I was using was extremely crinkly, okay? In all situations, including intimate situations. Very distracting. It is so distracting, and I was getting really irritated with it. And I'm just gonna say that this bag is... it's far less crinkly, okay? If that is a concern for you. I'm throwing it out there. Let me double layer this up just so I know my skin's good, or my shorts are good. Okay, I have my adhesive remover wipe. Also, it's the same as the spray I just used. It's just in wipe form. It's the Ascenta one. I'm gonna clean my skin really good. You might notice I still have a little bit of irritation. That's left over from that fabric border. Yeah, the fabric border was just not helping me at all. It was after I'd shower, it would sit on my skin for a while. I was able to use my stoma cloak to help get rid of a lot of this, because you might remember a few videos back, it was really bad right there. So we're still healing from that. It's going to take probably a few more weeks. I don't know. So important to get any extra residue off of your skin. Now I'm going to use a little Flonase. This is a trick that a lot of people use in case they have any sensitivities to adhesives. I'm going to use that just a little bit. The reason I use Flonase is it is a steroid, so it kind of helps with the reaction to adhesives, but it's so watery that it dries really quickly. It does not leave any residue at all, so it's great. I'm using some skin barrier that I have left over. I'm still running strong on my SensiCare. I don't even know if they sell this stuff anymore. I'll switch to the Ascenta one once I need to purchase more, but I use so little, and I have so many bottles of this that it'll be a while. It'll be a while. Okay, gonna let my skin dry. I'm gonna use my drainable or non-drainable bag, and we're gonna fan my skin. I feel like my stoma is about to go. Sometimes I can feel it. It looks like a lot of my melasma is starting to clear up around my stoma. That was from pregnancy. In my scar, you can still see it's there. It's still there. And I have lots of new little freckles and stuff, which, you know, I did get that one biopsied. They said I was good. They said every spot that they biopsied was benign. So, one thing about doing a one-piece bag is sometimes it can be hard to aim your stoma through the hole because you can't see it, especially if you're using an opaque bag like me. If you're using a clear one, you can see a lot easier. But This is opaque with the fabric, and you just have to do your best, you know? I like to kind of place it upward like this, kind of press it on from down up. Is it definitely? It's definitely dry. Okay. So, like I said, downward up, trying my best to aim right through the hole. And my stoma is not fitting through. Wonderful. Try this again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. My stoma swelled up at the last second. I like scrunched in and wouldn't fit through the hole. Did I even place this on right? That's the other thing too, is like, you hope you get the angle right. You hope you're not diagonal one way. I did my best. Yeah. And my end of my bag is already closed up. So there we go. I'm just going to hold pressure, especially pressing down right around my stoma gently. Hold some warmth over it. Sometimes people do a heating pad. It's warm out. I'm warm. I'm not worried about it. Okay, let me clean up. Let me wash my hands, and we'll talk about how I'm emptying this guy. Okay, so hands are clean now. I want to show you how I empty this guy, because that was one of my fears with the drainable bag, is not getting the end very clean. I would always have it where if I liquid output like watery, it would seep, you know, no matter how tightly I folded this up, it would eventually start to leak out the edges. Haven't noticed that with my first bag. We'll have to, you know, play it out a little bit, see how it goes. When I tried it out last year, I didn't notice an issue with that. So yeah, but what I found I could do is get a little squirt bottle like this. And specifically, I wanted it to look like this. I've tried little spritz bottles. I don't think that's as effective. I wanted a really good, strong flow. Something I actually used in the past was, there's a fly in here. Anyways, something I used in the past was a little bulb, like nose syringe thing, bulb suction thing. Put it in a cup of water, get water in there, and you could really squirt water well. And I found that pretty effective for cleaning the end of a bag. But this is a lot nicer. Just keep it on the back of my toilet. I only have to fill it up maybe every 3 or 4 empties. And this is about 4 ounces in here. So what I do is empty it out over the toilet, have this on the back of the toilet, grab it, squirt the end really well. I got a 3-pack of this on Amazon. I will link it below. I have one in my downstairs bathroom right here, one in my upstairs bathroom, and then this one is going to be for on the go. We're going full force with trying out this ostomy bag, okay? I already wore it out of the house. I wore it last weekend. I'm going to wear it to a wedding this coming weekend. I will bring extra change of supplies just in case. But yeah, wearing it to a wedding this weekend, and Zach and I are planning a beach trip with Nova. So we're going to wear it to the beach too. We're just going full force. We're not messing around and trying this out. I'll definitely share about that. But this has been super effective. Squirting it really good, cleaning it out, using a few pieces of toilet paper to dry inside of it. That's been essential. And then folding it up. If there's any excess water around the edge, cleaning that really good. And that's my new method. I don't know. What do you think? Do you have any recommendations for me? Because I want to make sure that I have the cleanest ostomy bag. That's super important to me too. As a mom, I feel like I don't want my ostomy to feel gross. And that, I think, is a really huge challenge for so many new and old ostomates, you know? I feel like early on, it feels gross to you. It really does. That's how I felt. I felt disgusted with what was on my belly, but I learned the more about accessories and ostomy products, the more I knew about them, I feel like I was able to change my routine so I felt the absolute cleanest. And honestly, I feel like I'm no different than somebody who goes the old-fashioned way. Like, at least I have some medical-grade plastic over mine, you know? But yeah, with my old ostomy bag system that I was using, I started to not feel as clean, especially with my bag or my stoma just kind of exploding everywhere when I was trying to change it or empty it. This feels cleaner to me. And I feel like I look nicer in it. It's definitely helped how I feel wearing an ostomy bag, like how I look. I know that shouldn't be a huge concern of mine, but this one does feel really nice. Yeah, I got to put some deodorizer in this baby, but that is my new routine. Look at how nice that looks. I also don't like that I can't burp the bag. I know so many, wait, let me pull the bag back out. So many of you have commented that, oh, you can burp a one piece, like you're fine. Just open the end and very carefully press out the air. I've tried that in the past and I have had like bubbles pop and grossness go places. So I'm not going to do that super often unless I'm home. Yeah. That's my fear. I know you can do it, but I don't really want to. Makes me nervous. There are some other products I might try for that exact issue. I know I just got one. I think it's Ostomy. I do have that coming up for a video. I want to talk about that and show that product because I have it sitting on my desk. Haven't tried it yet, but I thought it'd be cool to look at some new Ostomy products, and that's one of them. So yeah, there we go. I feel good in this. Let's finally put my shirt down. And it is really nice looking. I'm happy about this. I just hope that it continues to stick well. I know I did have a little leak, but 5 days, I probably would have had a leak with my other one. Like, that's when it starts to break down a lot. So what do you guys think? Give me your suggestions below. And thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out in the link below. Check out the details. All right, feel good, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.